Hello everyone, this is Ash King here. Welcome to our channel Ray. Today I am going to talk about 5 psychological words those are highly misunderstood. I am a psychology postgraduate. I have seen many people using these words unknowingly or having no clue about what they really mean. Come on, let's spread some ray of light on that. Depression as sadness. It's high time to realize depression is not just sadness. Yes, it is one of the feature of it, but definitely not the only thing. According to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder, DSM-5, there are 6 categories of depressive disorders, but all of them have something common. I have taken a quote from DSM-5. Let's have a look. The common feature of all these disorders is the presence of sad, empty, or irritable mood accompanied by somatic and cognitive changes that significantly affect the individual's capacity to function. Yes, sad is a feature of depression, but see, it has to be accompanied by the somatic and cognitive changes that significantly affect the individual's capacity to function. Number 2, bipolar disorders are not simple mood swings. People have taken it so granted that they start saying, I am having bipolar, that I have mood swings. Guys, first and foremost, mental illness are not silly ones. They are in depth and intense. According to DSM 5, there are two categories of bipolar disorders, bipolar 1 and bipolar 2. One of the must criteria for bipolar 1 is the following: a distinct period of abnormally and persistently elevated, expansive, or irritable mood, and abnormally and persistently increased goal directed activity or energy lasting at least 1 week and present most of the day, nearly every day, or any duration if hospitalization is necessary. One of the must criteria for bipolar 2 is the following: a distinct period of abnormally and persistently elevated, expansive, or irritable mood and abnormally and persistently increased activity or energy lasting at least 4 consecutive days and present most of the day, nearly every day. Here, question number 1 is: do you have abnormally persistently elevated, expansive, or irritable mood or any activities? Is it lasting consecutive days for a week almost all of the time? No, right? Congratulations. Next time, don't say that you have bipolar disorder. Above all, feeling high and low are quite normal. The only part is whether it is appropriate to your life events or not. Number 3, dream analysis is not prediction of your future. I have seen people talk about Freud's dream analysis and they think interpretation of your dream takes you to your future. Dream analysis is a therapeutic technique founded by Sigmund Freud. According to Freud 1900, dreams are the royal roads to unconscious. Problem ends here. It is not astrology or prediction of your future but representation of your inner consensus that you are not aware or forgotten. Basically, dreams are your forgotten memories speaking to yourself through your dreams. Number 4, obsessive compulsive disorder or OCD is not about being organized. There is a common thought: if people are punctual, particular about their cleanliness, or being organized, they are having OCD. Let's see the definition first. OCD is characterized by the presence of obsession and or compulsions. Obsessions are the recurrent and persistent thoughts, urges, or images that are experienced as intrusive and unwanted, whereas compulsions are repetitive behaviors or mental acts that an individual feels driven to perform in response to an obsession or according to the rules that must be applied rigidly. Is it punctuality, cleanliness, or being organized is unwanted? In my school, these are taught as values. Real compulsions are the extent to which patients wash their hands in spite of wounds caused by washing consecutively or checking whether the door is locked for the 110th time. Number 5. Eating disorders are beyond overeating and undereating. The moment we hear about eating disorders, people tend to assume it is overeating or undereating. The most close enough eating disorder to overeating is bulimia nervosa. Let's go through the few of the criteria given by DSM-5. Binge eating, eating frequently food that is larger than what most individuals would eat in a similar period of time under similar circumstances, with a sense of lack of control over eating during the episode. Frequent inappropriate compensatory behaviors to prevent weight gain, such as the induced vomiting, which is self induced, misuse of laxatives, diuretics, or other medications, fasting, or excessive exercise. Self evaluation is excessively affected by body shape and weight. Yes, overeating is a symptom, but important points are no sense of uncontrollable eating, compensatory behaviors to prevent the weight gain, and preoccupation with the body shape. So, is overeating alone is an eating disorder? That's all for today's video, guys. Please remember not to take these psychological words for granted. Here you go the references. Comment if you would like to see some more videos on any preferred topics. Thank you. Spread the ray, subscribe our channel Ray. Press the bell icon so that you don't miss any ray from our channel. Thank you.